Welcome to Around Town. I'm your host, Dick Patton. It's a pleasure to welcome you back along with my director, Brian Blackton, and I'm happy to have with me my special guest, Chris Pappas. And you've had kind of a quiet spring. Not that you wanted to with the Kiwanis because of what happened with the fair, but we're all hoping that next year it will come back bigger and better than ever. But
we have our dates reserved for next year.
we missed it so much this year.
We all did.
Oh,
We all did.
is he guaranteed of getting his workers in here this next year? Or
No.
what? No, see, so could be back in the same old ball game again.
But
I
these
hope
are
not.
workers that have always worked for the same carnival
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
They know how to set up
Of
the
course they do,
Ferris
yeah.
wheel, all the...
yeah.
You can't hire off the street and expect people to know how to set up an amusement park.
I don't
So
know.
it's just a shame that the little guy is the guy that's getting hurt.
Oh yeah, sure.
And the government restrictions, even though they lessened them, but they're not gonna be effective until July 1st. So put the little guy
Yeah.
right on the borderline.
So
of
what
going
happens
out.
next year? Same thing, July 1st? They're gonna, or is this gonna go?
We don't know yet. But unfortunately, the Kiwanis Fair, for the first time in
I know.
63 years,
I know.
was canceled.
That's what I wrote about in the paper. I said, you know, as a small kid, the first time I ever went to my folks took me to the fair was at the Concord airport when you had the big tents on the runway and the rides were out front. And I remember going on a little train. That was my first ride on the train. And I was on the grass there in front of the airport.
There was actually two big tents, and
Yeah.
right, all the merchants.
Yeah. And then I went from there to the Highway Hotel, which really was, wow, that state ballroom was jammed. And outside was the rides, and of course the Miss Kiwanis Fair Queen contest, and the radio station be broadcasting live from inside there at the Highway Hotel, and it was just a great place to be. But then of course it went to the arena, and that's where it's been.
Yeah.
And that's a
The
really
Highway
good place.
Hotel was a good folksy.
Oh yes.
We had the Pierce Ballroom besides the main
State ballroom, yes. Yeah.
And all the rides, so
And of course
you
everybody
could
coming.
hit everything at one spot.
And if you're coming down the highway, oh, there's the Ferris wheel, you know, and all that stuff. Yeah, I remember. But it's always been like, to me, old home day, because you see people you wouldn't see all year. And if you don't go to the Hopkins Fair, well, you had to go to the Kiwanis Fair. I mean, other than missing the animals, but still.
Kiwanis Fair was the local.
It was
Kickoff
like
to
kickoff to the
spring.
summer, yeah, summer events basically, unofficial kickoff to summer. And even though it was first while, it was in June. Then you moved it back to May.
Right.
And you know, but well, let's just hope and pray that next year it'll be here, and you've got your dates you said set. And
Well, it certainly takes quite a chunk out of the city budget for the Everett Arena, because they charge
oh,
quite a bit. So they're out that much money. And also the club is out a lot of money that would have gone to
I know.
Camp Spalding, the scholarships.
Yeah.
There are so many organizations that we give money to.
Well, Mark Luster told me that he thought that you folks were going to be okay this year, but next year would be a different story.
Well, we had some money in reserve, and hopefully the car show will prove to be a good show.
Well, I'll tell you. Maybe you'll have to add some rides to that instead.
That's an idea, but we're almost maxed out.
I know it.
As far as that goes.
I know it.
I don't know if the state would approve an amusement ride on their property.
Believe me, if they're going to get money, they'll approve it, I'm sure. But anyway, it's just, you know, it's so sad because when you put so much effort into something, and so many, and that's why I said in that letter to the editor, so many people benefit from that fair. And all the things that the Kiwanis have done in Concord, I mean, along with Camp Spalding and Pennacook, but I mean, you know, that Riverside Park down there behind the arena, and, you know, all the charities, I mean, hey, but that's what you get, these politicians, you know.
Well, we had a good crew when we had our own food travel with Mason Blake.
I know,
and,
yeah. I know Chuck Averill, I miss him something fierce. Always had a smile on his face.
A lot of workers
Yep,
to put that
Dick
together.
Perkins, yep,
A lot of local guys.
yep.
And of course, you know, everybody, like you say, going to the fair, it was the place to go and see.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you didn't just go one day, you went 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
Or all 3 days.
Because that home show did you in, because then all of a sudden now the exhibitors didn't come back in May for your show, because they already been there for that one. But,
Right.
and of course, too, I have to say, a lot of businesses now are corporate. They're not locally owned like they used to be, like Mark Manis when he had his store, and Steenbeck's and BD Electric and all them, when they used to be in there, Northeast Electronics or Sprague's.
Dick, if you solicit anything from these people, they need a letter 6 months in
Oh,
advance.
yeah, they do.
And it goes to corporate headquarters.
Yep. And then
And
they,
it's quite a while before you hear any result from your letter.
oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
the club has written many, many letters.
Brian is going to be the Christmas parade chairman this year. Him and his wife there, and I've talked to him. He's got to start getting his letters out. And I've just started putting some letters out for the Christmas tree lighting, but he won't get nothing till later on. But at least they know it's coming, and you know. But so I don't know. But anyway, you're getting ready for the car show. You've got me some information here. And I'll have you back on again in August. But it's the 34th annual. Don't seem possible, does it? And Saturday, September 7th. And I'm sorry, I won't be here because I'm going to be in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Big game that weekend?
Yeah, in a way. They're playing Army. And I've never seen them play Army. I've seen them play Air Force and Navy, but never Army. And we were going to go Labor Day weekend because my cast of friends that aren't going to go, can't go this year. So I only got one going with me, Tyler. And but Labor Day weekend, that game they're opening up with is Middle Tennessee State. And it's going to be a night game, 7:30, and it's I'm going to be broadcast live on TV. Why them? So I said, excuse me, forget that game, because I'm not going to a night game. Because, you know, we have to fly out Sunday morning early to come back home. So we're going to go to the next game, which is Army, because then the third game is at Wisconsin. Their schedule this year is screwed up royally. And so we're going to go see Army, and I'll enjoy that because it's a patriotic game. They're asking people to donate a ticket or two or whatever for the veterans, disabled American vets or regular veterans, military. So it'll be a good game, I'm sure, because of the festivities around the halftime or pregame, you know. That's what I like. I love the
I'm
patriotic.
sure there will be, and those stadiums hold, what, 70, 80,000 people?
115,000. It's called the Big House.
Really?
And boy, I'm telling you, when that Michigan band comes on that field, you know it. Boy, everybody's just going crazy.
So at the end of the game, it must take you 2 hours just to get to the car.
Yeah, well, I park, yeah, because I park, we have some people we've met several years ago, and they, of course, everybody in that area, park here, park here. You know, you can go anywhere from $10, which is 3-4 miles down the road, to $50 right on top of the stadium on somebody's house lawn. So we park on the street just off the stadium, and it's not too far to walk. It's enough, but you know, I have my walker with me now, so that helps. But I have to use a wheelchair inside the stadium. But yeah, 115,000.
What a mass of people.
Oh, I couldn't believe it too.
3 times the size of Concord
Yep,
in one game.
yep. I'm telling you. And so it's the biggest stadium in the country. I think Tennessee or Ohio State or Penn, two of them are not far behind them, but
Dick, after the game, you should go straight to the airport.
no.
By the time you go to the hotel and
I
get up
know,
at 5 in the
I know,
morning,
yeah, I know, but you know, the trouble is you have to stay over a Saturday night to get the decent flight. So Deb's got us a non-stop flight from Manchester to Detroit on Delta, and then the same way coming back on Sunday.
So you don't have to switch planes.
No, that's why I got my shirt on today, because Michigan is in the Super Regionals now, the College World Series. They beat UCLA, so now they're in Omaha, competing for the final thing.
Great.
But anyway, 34th Annual Antique Car Show, Saturday, September 7th. Rain date, we don't hate to talk about that, September 8th. But over at the NHTI Concord Community College, $3 per person for spectators, under 12 free. Sponsored by Grapponi, the automotive group, Hyundai, must be Ford, it's got to be in there, yep. And I can't even see the small print. Honda and Mazda and Toyota, and then Sanel Napa. So that's good.
Yeah, Sanel Napa, we got the new logo on there.
Yep. Love the truck on there. So anyway, coffee and donuts at 7:30, 10 to 2, hot dogs, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, soft drinks, 50-50 raffle, must be present. Free parking, restrooms, vendors, giant raffle drawings begin at 1:15, you need not be present.
We have 21 classes of cars, so we think we've got everything covered.
Yeah, everything from early to 32 to 33 to 48, up to current cars 94 and up, and that's different, isn't it? 94 and up.
Isn't that something? 25 years.
Oh God, that's
motor vehicle considers an antique.
Isn't that something? Because
so you could have a 94 old Chrysler New Yorker, which still looks like a fairly modern car,
yep,
and have antique plates on it.
So now a 94 is antique. Isn't that all right? No wonder they look at us. No one. I can still remember that remark that either Tom Sherman called us, so what are a bunch of antiques? I said, my God, I guess we're right. We are antiques.
We're the antiques.
Yeah, we're the antiques now. Gosh. But I can remember Chuck Averill and his antique car. I wonder what happened to that.
He did sell it.
He did sell it. Yeah, and
he had a Model T and had a certain amount of parts that went with the T.
Yeah.
Get outside to crank it to start it.
Oh gosh.
And it was quite a toy.
Remember that?
His pride and joy.
Can you just think about having to do that in the middle of winter? But well, I hope everything goes well. But like I said, we'll have you on again before that comes up, just to remind
One of the
people.
groups that's been very loyal to us is the Studebaker class.
Yeah.
We have about 35 Studebakers that show up, and they pick one car show where they all get together. And we have a certain area for all the Studebakers.
Yeah.
So everything from the Studebaker Avanti, the Lark, the Silver Hawk.
God, the Lark, I haven't heard that for ages.
Cars.
Haven't heard about that car in ages, the Lark. Yay. All I can think is my first car as a kid, I remember my folks had one, was a 50 Ford Fairlane? No, it was a black one, I know that. And then they had a 59 Mercury, I think. It was a low-down car. And
Now, if you still had those would definitely be antiques.
yeah, oh yes, they would be. But yeah, I can remember those. My father's side of the family was always Ford. My mother's side was Chevy, but Buick, because my uncle had a son that worked at Capital Dodge for years, Jack Etheridge. And of course he died now, but
Jack was there for many, many
no,
years.
he was, and he was quite the social butterfly boy, but he always would try to tell my grandmother he was going to get her a new car to drive. Jesus. But yeah, he was a good guy. But I don't know. Capital Dodge is gone now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
And that's with Joe Lindsay, who owned it, and Werner Hertel was there for many years.
Yeah.
I don't know if Werner's still playing the accordion.
I don't know.
He used to be at downtown Concord Merchants, going up and down the street in uniform with his accordion.
Well, talking about the Kiwanis and stuff, that there was a lot of the edge I was talking to Brian about the Memorial Day parade being so poor. And this person thought that the city paid for the Christmas parade. And I said, no. I called him and I told him, I said, no. Christmas parade has been organized by the Grange. And then I said, we're nonprofit and we have to pay for everything. I said, that's why you don't see many parades anymore, because like the Kiwanis parade was also a very staple downtown, but because they had to pay so much money for the parade and then also for the arena, I said it just wasn't practical. And
Very costly.
And we don't have the bands that we used to have. For Memorial Day, we always had a lot of music. When I was a kid, we got home movies that showed them. St. John's High School marching band, boy, they were snappy. Then Concord High, Rumlet, VFW, remember them?
Sure.
They had a drum and bugle corps. Nevers used to march, but you don't have them anymore.
In fact, we had to hire outside when we had the muchachos out of Manchester.
Yeah, oh yeah, I had them once. They were a disaster.
They were $1,000.
Yeah, that's cheap.
And who knows what the fee would be today. But we had so many outside organizations that we had to pay money for.
Oh yeah, the muchachos were, last time we had them once for the Christmas parade, and I was not happy, but they wanted $1,800 in 2000. I said, no way. And so they came for much less, but they weren't nothing like they used to be. I can remember as a kid, now there's another group, when we used to go to Manchester, they were snappy down there. They would really in the macho beat, but
well, the Bektash band, Dick, that used to march in 18 or 20 parades throughout the summer.
Yeah.
Now they play at 2, maybe 3 parades.
Yeah, but the Bektash Temple don't
They've lost a lot of members, and
yeah. I don't think their bagpipes are going again either. They have the New Hampshire police bagpipes and drums, and then you have the what's the other one? The firefight? No, not firefighters. The St. Andrews Society. They have a bagpipes and drums.
are they out of Manchester?
I think they were out of Webster, but I think they're off from all over now. But we've been having, I know for the Christmas parade, we've had the New Hampshire pipe and drums, but the trouble is they want big money too. They want big bucks.
Well, as we know, parades are very costly to put on.
That's why we don't have them anymore. I mean, really, we don't have the 4th of July parade anymore. We don't have Veterans Day parade, Kiwanis parade. We've lost a lot of them because you can't afford them.
Decorate our bikes as kids just to be in
I know, yeah.
in the Veterans Parade.
Yeah.
Memorial Day was the big one.
Yeah. So, it's been really, it's sad because there's not much downtown for parades or anywhere. Pennacook used to have a Memorial Day parade up there in the afternoon. Merrimack Valley would march because they go loud in the morning, so that's why they're not in Concord. But they used to march up there in Pennacook in the afternoon, but they don't have that no more.
Did you have the Belmont school at one time?
Yeah, we used to. But see, the parade date collides with all state rehearsals. So that's why Concord and Merrimack Valley have to get out because and Bow won't march anymore, except in their own parade in Bow. Their band director don't want to march, so she has a concert band. Now they were snappy, they were good when Bill Matevia was there. But after he left, right downhill. And so now they've got a band, but it's a concert band. And it's too bad. Bishop Brady, Ben Green, has been trying to get a band going up there. But he had a small one in the parade 2 years ago, but
They can still make a lot of noise,
I
even
know.
if it's a small band.
Yeah. And we a few years where we resorted to the Hollis Town Band, but they ride on a flatbed. Woodsville did too. But see, they've been going to Allstate. So, I don't know, because there was another one that used to march, but the band director came in, doesn't like marching. So they're a concert band. But they will ride on a truck Well, they will march in Woodsville's parade up there for 4th of July and Memorial Day.
So besides playing music, they have to learn cadence.
Yeah.
They have to learn how to march.
Well, that's why Rutland doesn't march in the fall, because they've got such a big band.
They are big.
You know.
We're lucky we have a lot of students that take up music.
Yeah, but
hopefully
it'd be nice
they
to see them
follow.
once in a while, but you see them once a year on Memorial Day, and that's it, if you're lucky. But, I don't know. I mean, the Memorial Day parade, like I said, you don't get, the 39th Army Band doesn't march much. They do march once in a while, but not much. And they used to be real snappy. And I know the Baptist Temple goes to either Henniker or Hillsborough for their Memorial Day parade. But, of course, the holiday weekend killed it. 3-day holiday weekend, people are going to the lakes or the beaches or something.
It's not just the 30th anymore.
Nope.
It's whatever the 4th Monday of the month.
Yeah. Next year, I think it goes back to the 30th, but I don't know for sure. But I don't know. It's terrible. I still like it on the 30th. But
One good thing, Dick, the 4th is on the 4th.
I know. Yeah.
The
Christmas.
politicians didn't change.
No,
the
Christmas
4th.
still on the 25th. So. Gee. But I don't know. But the Kiwanis Club seems to be doing well, I guess. I'm getting a little news from Andrew Georgievich once in a while.
Where we had a meeting yesterday, attendance is up. It would have been greater, of course that's when a lot of members come out of the woodwork for the fair, because we need as many bodies, and we're always very successful getting all the members to participate. And also at the car show. It's like all hands on deck, and please mark your calendars a year ahead, because here are the dates. Please don't plan your vacation.
Have you ever thought about having charitable gaming in the, inside the arena or something, maybe during the fair to attract people in? That seems to be a big thing now, this charitable casino thing type thing, gaming tables.
We had that a number of years ago at the Red Blazer.
Oh, really?
And it worked well for 2 years.
Yeah.
And after that it sort of fell flat.
I guess the draft down in South Main Street is going to add something like that more. I understand rumors but
as long as it goes to a non-profit organization, you can.
I know, that's the thing, and so I don't know, but I don't know, you don't get much publicity. That's the trouble. People don't know what you do. They think you're gone by with, but I mean, we still get a big crowd. Brian's hoping to go back to the regular parade this year, up to the mall, but not that area. But all depends on what he can work out with the city. I mean,
Well,
last year was kind of
You had a little confusion because of Canterbury Road.
yes. Well, because, I'm not going to go into it, but there was just so much dissension in July and August, that one person gave it up, and I got back with it, and
But you need more bodies still.
you do,
It's-
you do. But hopefully this year we'll be back on even keel. But
And hopefully the trade fair, or the
I
spring
do
fair.
too. The spring fair, the
will
trade
be
fair, I
back.
know it. We definitely need it back. So, but downtown Concord's changing. The Concord Theater's reopening up, and I just wonder how things are going to go there. And I hope very well. But
Well, a smaller venue, because it's a shame to see 200 or 300 people show up at the Capitol,
yeah,
because that makes the theater look empty, and the Concord Theater is a perfect venue for that now.
yeah.
And as a kid going to the Concord Theater, I'm glad to see it being revitalized.
I never went there, but yeah, I think it's great. So.
Well, we went to the Star Hot Dog too.
Oh, we did too? Friday night,
next door to the Star Theater.
my folks would, after shopping, we'd go to the Star Hot Dog and have a steamed hot dog and root beer.
Richardson's root beer.
Yep.
The best around.
Yeah, that was a big treat, a steamed hot dog and root beer. And Sophie down there on where the old A&W root beer used to be.
Yeah, Sophie and Chris Buttress.
Yeah. And she had a guy. It was they'd come out. You'd press the button and put your order in, and out they'd come. Well, we're getting down to it, Chris. 2 minutes left, and I see the father out there looking around. So I hope you have a great summer and.
Thank you, Dick. I'll talk to you again
Keep
about
well.
the car
I will
show.
get you in August about the car show again to remind see how things are updating on that, and
Great.
so you take care of yourself.
Well, thank you for
Well,
all your
hey.
help that you do.
You and I are a couple old antiques, you know. Once we go to the junkyard, that's it, you know.
We'll need antique plates on us.
Gosh, I know it. We'll be scrap metal. Well, thanks to Brian Blackton. I've been talking with Chris Pappas, so have a great day. We'll talk with you soon. I'm your host, Dick Patton.